Thiru R.N. Ravi, Major General Thiru M. Indrabalan, and State Organizing Secretary Akhil Bharatiya Purva Shainik Seva Parishad Tamilagam and Puducherry State Units Thiru Rajendran Avargal, and other dignitaries on this momentous occasion of 128th birth anniversary of the legendary Sri Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. Sir, we extend to you our warmest welcome. Sri Netaji has played a pivotal role in India's fight for independence, exerting immense pressure on the British to accelerate their departure from our shores. His relentless efforts significantly contributed to the advancement of the freedom struggle. His extraordinary contributions and unwavering patriotism must be widely known and celebrated by present and future generations. And this occasion provides a perfect platform to highlight his remarkable achievements to the masses. Netaji's life and ideals serve as a beacon of inspiration for present and future generations. His perspective broadened the scope of freedom movement, taking the fight for independence to the international stage and showcasing India's strength to the world. I ardently advocate for present and future generations to deeply engage with the life and legacy of Sri Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. It is imperative for us all to understand the unwavering patriotism, the visionary leadership of the Indian National Army demonstrated by the revered leader Sri Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose and his profound ideals of unity and self-reliance. Netaji's indomitable spirit, unwavering grit, and determination can profoundly connect young minds and can serve as a powerful motivator for us to actively strive towards the creation of a more equitable and inclusive society. As we gather to commemorate this significant day, our Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, who is a great nationalist, present youth icon, and a visionary with resolute dedication and commitment to India's and Tamil Nadu's progress, and Major General Sri M. Indrabhalan, who is known for his distinguished military services and relentless efforts to empower youth in cultivating patriotism, are the most pertinent to this event of recalling our legendary freedom fighter, Sri Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. We are also happy to have Thiru Rajendran, State Organizing Secretary, Akhil Bharatiya Purva Sainik Seva Parishad, Tamilagam and Puducherry State Units, who has dedicated his entire life to the service of the nation. He is known for his sustained efforts to infuse spirit of patriotism in millions of students. He continues to inspire youth, supporting the students of Aram IAS Academy. By understanding and embracing Netaji's legacy on this auspicious occasion, let us all rededicate ourselves to upholding his values and strive to build a strong, prosperous, and united India. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful special address. Major General Thiru M. Indrabalan is an alumnus of the National Defence Academy and IIT Kharagpur. With advanced degrees in science, technology and management, he has applied strategic foresight to harness cutting-edge technology for military applications. Major General M. Indrabalan's unwavering dedication to India's progress is exemplified by his eminent military service and his sustained efforts to empower the nation's youth through the National Cadet Corps NCC, fostering a generation of responsible and patriotic citizens. I now invite Major General Sri M. Indrabalan to share inspiring thoughts. Please, sir.
Honorable Sri Thiru N. Ravi, Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Sri K. Padmavati, the proprietor, director, and also administrator of this renowned institution, Sri Senthil Kumar, director of this institution, Sri Ma Koshi ji, organizing secretary of Akhil Bharatiya Puru Sena Akshara Parishad, the faculty of this fabulous IAS Academy, and these cheerful and gleeful students who are the IAS aspirants and the future of India. It gives me great pride today to stand in front of all of you and address you, not because I'm going to address the future of India alone. That's not the only factor. It's also because I'm sharing the dais with someone who's an icon for the youth, an icon for the nation, someone who's so illustrious that I find humbled myself just sitting next to the Honorable Governor. And having been given this opportunity to precede his address, I think it's my singular honor that I hope I'm able to do justice to. I wear this cap today, which I have never worn post my retirement. I superannuated from the army last year, and I had taken a decision that having retired from the army, I would dedicate myself to the social service and technology development in this nation, and of course youth development. So I'd shed my uniform, I'd shed everything that I had to do with uniform. I've never worn my medals ever. I've never worn my cap ever post my retirement. But today I wear this. Today I wear this as a mark of respect to the person who created India's military. And who is that? That is Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. If you see his picture there, he wears a similar cap. So this cap is my salute to him for having thought of creating India's own military, despite the fact that there was a military that was there in that country at that time, which was actually subservient to the British. Despite having such a strong military, which was fighting World War I and World War II for and under the British, if he had the gumption to create its own military from the very soldiers who left that British military, from the very youth of India, I think that is the highest form of courage. That is the highest form of fighting a colonial power. With that's something that requires immense institutionalization ability, immense organization ability, immense motivation ability, huge inspiration to get the youth. And when he said, "Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe azadi dunga," it echoed with the whole youth population. I think that slogan is what drove India to become powerful. That slogan is what drove India to become the Indian youth to join the freedom movement in large numbers. And they were relentless. They gave their blood. We all aware of that. Today we are only expected to give our sweat. None of us is expected to give their blood, except for those who choose to be in the borders to protect the nation. They are expected to give their blood. But you people who are aspiring to become IAS officers, you are expected to give your sweat more than your blood. And every drop of your sweat should contribute to this nation's growth, to the growth of this great nation. And when I mean that, is that wherever you go, I'm sure many of you will make the IAS and such a beautiful academy which has the best standards of coaching. Every one of you who makes it and those who don't make it, you've already decided to dedicate your service in the interest of this nation and upholding the values of this nation, upholding what is known as nation first above everything else. That is what is the strength of India. That is what the strength I have earned from this or learned from this Indian army, that for us, what comes is nation first. Everything else secondary. What nativity you belong to is important. Your naad, ur, veed, everything is important, but it is not above the nation. That's a difference there. You have a heart. In your heart, you have your parents, you have your brother, you have your friends, you have your girlfriend, you have your boyfriend. Everybody is there in that heart, no, that small heart. But please make sure that in the small heart, you keep a reasonable place for this nation. Because without this nation, we are nobody. Just imagine this. What are we if India is not there? What are we if Bharat is not there? What are we if Hindustan is not there? We are nobody. So the only identity we have together, a combined identity of which you can be proud of, is the fact that you are an Indian. And that is where we all come from. The second thing you have to learn from Netaji's life is sacrifice. He has done two major sacrifices. Apart from sacrificing his entire life, he got through the ICS examination, Indian Civil Service Examination, like you were an aspirant. He studied in, I think, highly Catholic schools. He was English educated. So his mind should have actually been reformed and formed and indoctrinated by what the Catholic taught him. But that did not happen. That did not waver him from his roots. That did not waver him from what he felt for India. And having qualified in ICS examination, he decided not to join. Now that requires serious guts. Why he did it? He did it for the sake of the nation. So this is the principal stand he had. He proved what he can do, but he chose not to do it because his principles didn't allow him to do that. That is the strength of character you all need to build. And that's what will make you really strong, powerful IAS administrators wherever you are. The second sacrifice, of course, is the fact that he was chosen leader of the Indian National Congress. Imagine all of your students of history, all of your students of research. So when you do research, when you do history, when you do critical examination of issues, especially critical examination of history to see what is right and what could have been right, there is clear difference between the approach to freedom between Mahatma Gandhi and Subhas Chandra Bose. The approach was completely of violence and non-violence, of using the India's power with using the India's ability to be tolerant. These two are very different approaches. It is debatable as to which of these two approaches actually got us freedom. But to say that only one approach got us freedom will not be the right approach, will not be the right way to think. So I want you all to study as to where and what all the Subhas Chandra Bose approach to freedom struggle, where it reached, to what impact it made. One of the biggest impact it made, I'm just leaving a lead for all of you to do research from, is the mutiny, the naval mutiny that happened. It is that naval mutiny that happened because of the influence of Subhas Chandra Bose in the minds of the Indian military who were otherwise subservient to the British. That naval mutiny was this last straw on the camel's back. The Britishers decided that they cannot hold India together anymore under them. So these influences you must study to understand where does Subhas Chandra Bose ideology comes from. We lost him in this whole freedom struggle. It's debatable how we lost him. But had he been alive, had he become the leader of India, had he become the Prime Minister of India, what would have been India's future? Think about it. You'll probably get lots of very interesting answers. And that is the answer you should look for in yourself when you tomorrow become an IAS officer or wherever you go after this to pursue your profession. Carry those ideals with you, keep India in your heart, and always say, Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you for your wonderful insights, sir. A seasoned bureaucrat, skilled negotiator, and proactive governor shaping peace and governance in India's complex socio-political landscape is none other than our Honorable Governor Thiru Ravi. After a brief stint in journalism, he joined the Indian Police Service in 1976 and was allotted to the Kerala cadre. Honorable Governor Thiru Ravi was appointed as the Government of India's interlocutor for the Naga peace talks in 2014. Under his leadership, the framework agreement was signed between the Indian government and the National Socialist Council of Nagaland in 2015, aiming for a lasting resolution to the decades-old Naga conflict. In September 2021, he was appointed as the Governor of Tamil Nadu. Since assuming office, Honorable Governor Thiru Ravi has been vocal on various socio-political issues, sparking debates and discussions in the state's political sphere. His inspiring life serves as a beacon of hope and a reminder that with determination and integrity, one can overcome challenges and contribute meaningfully to the society. A life truly fulfilled is one dedicated to serving the nation, where personal purpose aligns with the greater good of humanity. Now, the much awaited moment is here. I am privileged to welcome our Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Thiru R. N. Ravi, to share valuable insights and wisdom with us. Please, sir.
Distinguished dignitaries on the dais, esteemed invitees, and my dear young friends, those who are ambitious, those who are aspirational to achieve something great in life. அனைவருக்கும் காலை வணக்கம். We know that Netaji's actual birthday falls on 23rd of January, tomorrow. But we also know that he should live, and he lives in our heart every day of the year. So every day should be a day of remembrance of this great son of Ma Bharati. Previous speakers have spoken about him. They have given you very informative pieces. You are all young leaders of our country. It will be good if you dwell on them, learn more about Netaji. Why do we do that? Why do we have to remember Netaji? Yes, one can say he is a great leader, he gave us the freedom. But the fact remains that after our country became independent, unfortunately, the history of national freedom movement was grossly abridged, shortened, and dynastic politics in this country kept it limited to a few people, as if they and they alone brought this independence to this great country. Countless number of people who gave their life, their martyrs, they're all over the country, not only from any one part of it. Thousands and thousands from here, this land, Tamil land, also have given their life, they had made ultimate sacrifices. Over 6,000 of youth had gone from here to join Netaji and fight the British. So, all those people, those who gave their life, they gave their blood for a dream, and dream is their children like us to be independent. Can we forget them? Will it be okay? That will be ingratitude. Those who have given their life for us to be free, if we forget them, if we remove them from the pages of history, and at the most some of them are placed in the footnotes, that would be the mark of greatest or meanest ingratitude. And we know that an ungrateful society, an ungrateful nation, ungrateful people have no future unless we remember, and with gratitude, all those martyrs, all those who gave their life and blood. So when we remember Netaji, we remember all those people, those who brought us the freedom, those who contributed so much. You know, he was such a charismatic leader. I had the occasion to meet some people, those who had worked with him, those who fought with him. And the stories that they tell, the magnetic, charismatic personality of this great man, and what kind of appeal he had on the youth. You know, Netaji was the leader who first liberated parts of this country. We know that Andaman Nicobar Island that's ours, it was liberated by Netaji first. That was the first territory of India which was liberated from the British control. That is why this Port Blair has been recently named as Netaji, named after him. While fighting and pushing the British, liberating Malaysia, Burma, when he entered India, I have been to the village where he made his headquarters. Interesting story. Much of our freedom history we do not know because it has not been brought to our notice. When I was in Nagaland, there were many village chiefs who were over 100 years age, pretty healthy. Today we talk about all those things, pretty healthy. So those who were above 100 years, I decided to felicitate them, to honor them, going to their villages. Because they were the icons for the young people, how to live a healthy life. So during the course of these visits to one of the villages, it is a fake district and the village name is Ruzazo. There the village chief was 104 years old, a very strong man, walking straight, doing his farm work, absolutely healthy. No blood pressure, no sugar. So after felicitation address, he took me his home. And in his sitting room, while he offered tea, I found in the corner of the sitting room, there was a life-size cutout of Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose with a garland. I was intrigued and impressed both, because Nagaland for long, it has been a troubled area where a set of people have been trying to, claim that they are not Indians and they will be separate and fighting insurgency. So in this kind of environment, you have a village chief in his house, Netaji's presence. I asked him, you seem to be very impressed by him. And he was livid, he was very angry with me. You know what he said? The old gentleman looks at me, say, with anger, livid face, it is you people have forgotten him. I am chief because of him. It is he who made me the chief. And then he narrated the story, 1944. 1944 he came, advanced from Burma, liberated some parts of what is Nagaland today, and made that village Ruzazo as a headquarter because the final assault was on Kohima. And there, this man was a young man, about nearly 24, 25 years age. He was so impressed, they used to go along with him for ambushes, for fighting. And Netaji was so impressed, he made him the chief. And you know, his story, and there were some others, because then I was curious, he would not have been there alone. Netaji's personality was so charismatic. Then when we started the research, we found that nearly 1,000 Naga youths, 1,000, not one or two. When Netaji entered from Burma, nearly 1,000 Naga youth joined him to fight the British. And he narrated his stories. This place, there was an ambush. This place, they killed so many of British guys. At such and such place, they lost. And in the evening, he insisted I should stay at his house. So I said, okay, fine. So as a governor, I stayed at his house in the village. And in the evening, the village organized a cultural program. And you know, in the cultural program, the ladies, they sang songs. They danced and sang songs. And they sang song on Netaji. You know, it is there in the folklore. Imagine, a person does not get into the folklore of a society unless that person has touched the heart of the society. They were so impressed, and the folklores were very fascinating. I wanted to know because they did it in their own dialect. I wanted to understand, and then they said many of the folklores were the ladies were, when Netaji used to leave in the morning to fight with his troops, ladies used to pray for him that no harm should come his way. This great man. The whole society admired. He was such a personality. And when we have over 6,000 people from here, when I came here and I found Netaji has
Able administrator showcasing excellent interpersonal skills. Her efficiency in coping up with dynamic requirements and problem solving in organization made her the main pillar of RMIS Academy. I am excited to present Mrs. Padmavati, Director of RMIS Academy, who will now
a great resonance with the people of Tamil Nadu. And wherever I went, I heard the story. Then I wanted to know who were they, how many of them were there. And then when we did the survey, we found nearly 5,000 plus already identified people. Youth from Tamil Nadu, what we call Tamil Nadu today. Then it was Madras state. They went and joined Netaji. And why did they go? They went because, again, this part of our history is not taught to us. About 10 lakhs of people from this land, Tamil Nadu, 10 lakhs plus, they were taken as slaves by the British. They called them indentured laborers, but they were slaves to their colonies, Burma, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, Fiji, Mauritius, to work in the field. They did the same kind of a slave trade which Americans did for the Africans when they took them as slaves. And those people, our people, those who were taken to those areas to work in the field, they lived in a very, very atrocious circumstances. And when they got to know that here was a person who was leading from Singapore, they sent the message back home. Look, I think the days of our liberation, our freedom is coming. And those messages inspired youth of this place. You know, they went in hordes. As I told you that more than 5,000 already identified the family, the individuals, and from all over the state. Now, this part of our story is not known to us. When we look into the curriculum of our schools and colleges, this is not, nowhere it is mentioned. It has not even been researched. After all, we know that we have a large Tamil diaspora in all these countries. How did they go? Under what circumstances they were taken? All have been suppressed. They were taken in the most atrocious circumstances as slaves. They used to be sold to the landlords of those places. They used to buy, there used to be markets when they used to buy them and used to put them in the field and put them in the most extreme subhuman conditions. This is not there in our textbook. It's not there in our textbook that so many of people, they went over there, joined INA and fought the British. There is so much of sacrifices, so much that our people have made. And they have made from all over the country, even in Nagaland. Nagaland, the tribes. No village was captured by the British without fight, without bloodshed. And countless number of people, those whom we call them tribals, living in the hills, they have given their lives. This, unless we know, we do not know the value of freedom. To us, it has been told to us, the freedom was a friendly exchange, a transfer of power. Our freedom came through Act of British Parliament. India Independence Act 1947. British Parliament passed an act, we are making India independent. Was it so? If you do not know the sacrifices, the cost, the value of it is lost, it is not good for us. It is because this loss of our past, the prices, the cost, that the country over the years after independence, we kept declining. At the time of independence, we were the 6th largest economy in the world. And by 2014, we dropped to 11th. This was our plight. Nobody took us seriously. The Indians, those who traveled abroad, they knew how they were treated at immigration points in different countries, especially in Europe and America, and even in advanced Asian countries. We were nobody. In the field of science and technology, every field, we kept losing the ground. We kept just growing in number. But as far as India, such a big country, our heft was nowhere. In fact, for the first time in 2004, when this tsunami had hit, and at the time there was, tragedy here, of course, and the tragedy in Sri Lanka. And we had sent, when some countries offered to help us, we said, thank you very much, help the others. We helped the people in those countries. I was in France. in a rural areas. And in the evening, one elderly French gentleman, he got up, he shook my hand. He says, you are Indian, I'm so proud. India today does not accept instead of assistance, instead India offers assistance. That happened at the time. And we all, for the first time, getting that kind of appreciation outside, a feel of India. But then, again, our slide continued. Today, we are from the 11th, from the fragile 5 economies. The world has written us off. India used to be counted in the 5 fragile economies of the world. Today we are the 5th largest economy of the world. Today we are the fastest growing large economy of the world. In every field, we are recognized. Weight of India is appreciated. From nowhere, from the margin, we are at the center of international affairs. There was a time when we were footnote on the site. Nobody took us seriously. Today, no worthwhile decision in the world can be taken without India being on the table. This is the change that has happened in last 10 years. It has happened. One of the reasons is we are grateful to the people. We are restoring our heritage. And the heritage of sacrifice is important among them. When India completed 75 years of independence, the campaign began, let us find out all the unsung heroes. I have shared on certain platforms when I came to this state in September 2021, and I wanted the list of freedom fighters from Tamil Nadu. The list which came to me was less than 40 names, less than 40. I couldn't believe it. How could it be so? And then we started taking away thousands and thousands and thousands. We must remember them. Only then we know the worth, the value. And then we are reminded constantly, why did they die? Not only just to make us free, but also for a dream that make this country free, at the same time take this country as the leader of the world, which it was till 18th century. I don't know how many of you have read it. Which has been given to us to believe that we were always behind. There was nothing in the past. The fact is, until the beginning of 19th century, our economy was the largest economy in the world. There was no America, there was no Europe. Ours was the largest and only economy that came close to us, it was China. We are descendants, inheritors of such great heritage. So they died, they gave their life also to restore that pride. This country must grow to her destiny. Her destiny is be the leader of the world for the good of the world. You are all young leaders. The future is yours. You know, you are all aspirant. You are all ambitious. I know you have a determination. You like to get into civil services. Wonderful. Those who do not by any chance, I wish you all the best. You have so many opportunities, unprecedented opportunities before you. Grow large. Don't think small. If you think small, if you dream small, you will never grow big. And you are at an age when if you have determination, if you have a dream and a determination to fulfill the dream, nothing in the world is going to stop you from fulfilling the dream. And friends, I'm not just telling you as a person, just trying to motivate you by empty words. I have lived through that. I have told at many platforms the background through which I have come. Many of you, I think all of you must have come, are from a background better than that I came from. I never allowed the handicaps, I never allowed the problems to come in my way. You must get baptized through fire. Unless you pass through fire, unless the gold passes through fire, it doesn't shine. Welcome the difficulties. Let the difficulties come. Nothing worthwhile in life is achieved unless you have faced difficulties, unless you have made efforts to get it. Something comes on a platter is nothing worthwhile. That you dream. This is what I say to my young friends. Dream big. And it is a time that you can dream big. And there are youth like you who are dreaming big. Imagine, till 10 years back, in every field, we were so behind. In the field of startups, we're nowhere, just about 300 to 400 startups in such a big country. We were nowhere in the map, a startup map of the world. Today we are among the top 3. We have more than 160,000 startups. Many of them are unicorn. What I'm trying to say is, and who are they? These startups have been built by young people like you. Our young men and women are doing it. There is no limit today, my friends. There is no limit to your growth. Your only limit to your growth is your dream. If you are small, never grow. You will never grow. If you dream large, have a determination and the confidence, and that would be a tribute to those who gave their life. Because when you grow in life, when you grow personally in your life, it's not only you grow, your family grows, the nation grows. Nation growth is not in abstract, someone else will grow, no. You know, in our state, we have more than 1 crore 50 lakhs Mudra loan beneficiaries. You know Mudra loan, by now you might be knowing it. You can easily get up to 10 lakhs rupees collateral free. Now it has gone to 20 lakhs. So I visit the rural areas of our state, meet the rural women, what they are doing. Of this 1 crore 50 lakhs plus beneficiaries, nearly half of them are women. And you know, when I talk to them, I hear the stories so inspiring. A rural woman living in village, taking this small loan, has started something, small enterprises. She was a housewife doing just normal, usual house chores. But now, with her enterprise and availability of capital, someone has set up a shop, tea shop. Someone has set up a tailoring, bought some tailoring machines. Some have formed a self-help group. Some bought some cows and selling milk. Now, it is these micro revolutions which has brought this country from 11th economy to the 5th largest economy. These are not by big companies, big industries. It is these small, you know, those of you who are students of mathematics, you know, differential and integration. It is a small differentials when integrated make this country great. This is happening in this country today. I have seen in our own very state, there are young school students who are innovating. I have shared at certain platforms. Young high school students from the rural district, she has fabricated a solar energy powered ironing cart. Because that high school student, when she saw this people in every street, you have at the corner somebody doing the ironing for the colony. They burn coals. She did the study. She was concerned about environment, imagine, in the rural areas. Environment, how much coal they burn, how much carbon it must be emitting, all these. And she did the calculation and she was shocked. She says, no, there must be a solution to this. And she worked. She designed. And she sent her design to Ahmedabad, where there is a center, national center. Now the center has been replicated at other places also. She sent the design that, look, I have in mind this idea of creating a solar powered cart for protection of environment. They found this very appealing. They invited her. She stayed there for 3 months. And along with her, they designed the prototype. Imagine. Now this is New Bharat, this is New India. This is New India where you have unbounded opportunities. So whichever field, whatever option that you choose, you must put your best. And this is what Netaji taught us. He dedicated his life. He wanted, his whole mission was, our country must be free. He was deeply inspired by Swami Vivekananda. He says, look, decide, awake, arise, stop not until you have achieved the goal. You have in mind a goal, don't stop. There is no stopping halfway. And those of you who are young, not stopping halfway also means sleep in moderation. Don't sleep too late. Don't wake up late in the morning or day. Don't waste too much time on your mobile and a screen. These are distractions. They make you dull. Let me tell you frankly. If those of you who are spending too much time on your screen, it damages your cognitive power, thinking power. It has been scientifically established. Keep away. These are distractions you must overcome to move forward in your life and achieve something great in your life and that will bring greatness to our nation's life. You know that the nation has taken a resolve that in 2047 India has to be a fully developed country. It has to be a self-reliant country in all critical sectors. You are fortunate. You are fortunate to be a witness because you will be the beneficiary also, witness and beneficiary of it. But you are also fortunate to be contributing to that happen. Make it happen. And that would be the true gratitude, true tribute to Netaji and all those freedom fighters, those who gave their life and blood for us to prosper. Friends, I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you for your sharing, sir. You made us feel greatly blessed.
The history of modern warfare, because this war was not fought merely because we want to shed blood. The war was fought because we want to save bloodshed. The other way. We saved the nation from being